good morning. How are we doing? Thanks for tuning in this morning. I'm going to be continuing on the app that I was working on 2 weeks ago, I think it was, which I made for the Xamarin Forms and Azure Cognitive Services challenge. So the setup was Gerald Vasily and Matt Sukup and Steve Taylorson made this app and challenged the community to enhance it. And my enhancement was to add a Blazor front end. So what we're seeing here on the iPhone simulator is the original app. And then what I've also added in, along with the iOS and Android targets that we started with, is a Blazor target, which I'll start up now. Now, VS Mac doesn't fully support Blazor with WebAssembly just yet. You can do all the editing and most of the IntelliSense and stuff like that works, but there's no debug and run with the play button just yet. Hopefully with build just around the corner, we should have some support coming soon. But what we have got in the newest Visual Studio Mac preview is the terminal, which makes using it a lot easier. So just got to get into the right folder. Monkey.blazor. What have I called it? Ah, there's another tier. Travel Monkey. I'm in completely the wrong folder. Where is my source code? Travel Monkey, source. Ah, there it is. Source. Now we go into travelmonkey.blazor and do a .NET run. While that compiles, just as a recap of where we got up to. So we started off with this Forms project with all of our user interfaces in it, the Android project and iOS. We added in a .core project. It's got all of our shareable code that we'll share between the web and the mobile app. So that's where I've got my models, view models, data, services. So most of the code that's written in there was already in the Forms project, but I've moved it across to this core project. And then we've also added in the Blazor project, which is where I've written a UI using Blazor and Razor syntax, which should be ready to run now. Bring up a web browser. Localhost 5000. Oh, we've got an error. That's not what I wanted to see. Connection refused. Ah, I'm on port 5492. It's a funny place to be, but that's alright. 5492. Here we go. So we've got our funny little monkey loading screen. So on the stream 2 weeks ago, I kind of only just got it to a point where 3 services were working and not much else. And then I've done a bit more work off stream, which is where I kind of got it looking a lot more like the mobile app with these curves and the background. Also cleaned up this add new picture, takes us to tap to add picture page, just like it does in the mobile app. When you tap to add picture, it looks like I've broken that in the mobile app. Oh, so as part of tearing apart the Forms project into a core project, I did have to break a few things because inside the view models, there was some dependency on Xamarin Forms code and also some dependency on the media plugin. So what I've done at the moment is just comment all that out, but I'm going to kind of fix that up today, as well as finish up a few missing things from our Blazor. But Blazor side, we say tap to add picture. You can choose a photo. And upload whatever picture you have. That sends it off to Cognitive Services. And in just a second, it'll tell us what it thinks it is. But what we really want is for it to display the picture there. Here we go. I see a person sleeping on a couch. I guess that's the picture I chose. But yeah, what we need is to have it show the picture as well. And also, when you say take photo, I just say camera not yet implemented. So I've never used the web camera in Blazor before, but I'm hoping we'll be able to get that working today as well. So yeah, and cleaning up the UI. We probably don't need to show this monkey every time, given that it's only loading. The only loading thing is a task.delay. There's no real data that it's waiting to load. Something went wrong. This is because my keys have been overused, I think. But at least the service, when you've driven it too hard, it still gives you a cat and some text, so you know what should be there. So first up, I think we fix the mobile app. Since lately I've mostly been doing the Blazor side of things and no Xamarin Forms. So if I go into my view models, add picture page view model, you're gonna see huge chunks of green. So this take photo method, which is attached to a command, calls a bunch of cross media plugin, which is has been abstracted out to a Android and iOS and UWP level with the plugin, but not quite abstracted far enough out that that'll also work in Blazor. So ideally, perhaps I should enhance that plugin and lodge a pull request. But for now, what I'm going to do, and until I know my way around the code a bit better before I can prepare that, is just take this level of code up one layer into the code behind, because that's all form specific. So anything that's kind of can only be done on mobile devices or has to be done the Xamarin Forms way, I'm taking in the code behinds. And same on Blazor, anything that's Blazor and like web browser API specific, doing in the code behinds of the Razor pages. But anything that can be shared across everywhere is in the view models or model services, etc. So just taking that out of the add picture view model, I now need to find my forms project right at the top. Views, add picture page XAML CS. So currently got a constructor, button click handler. We're going to add another click handler, a private void take photo clicked. Just like that one, takes in an object called sender and event args e. Uncomment all that and see how much of this code still works. So there's also the ACR dialogues used in here by Alan Ritchie. Great plugin for doing alerts in Xamarin Forms. In my Razor, I'm using the Matt Blazer dialogues instead. So because they're both kind of handled at the UI level here, putting it in here. Now it's going to have to await. So turn this click handler into an async void. Bring in the namespace for ACR user dialogues. And probably need a few more. Underscore photo is nothing yet, but there are a couple of other usings I need. That's not quite right. Let's say var photo. Let's handle it locally for now. Bring in the media plugin. Media plugin abstractions. How are people going in the chat? Anything exciting going on with anyone? Photo source looks like it's a view model property. Just gonna have it as a local for now as well. And I changed that to there. Now, because I use this photo in two ifs and else ifs, I'll pull that out. So I'll make that an explicit. Say photo equals and pull this local out of the if else. Now we can say, so we can either take the photo or choose the photo. Same with that photo source. Photo source. That photo source of type stream image source is in media plugins. Oh no, it's a Xamarin Forms type, which I don't have available in my view models. So what I've done over there is change the photo source to be all either bytes arrays or URLs. So we'll see what works best. So what happens here, it says, ask, do you want to take a photo or choose a photo? Depending on which you choose, it gets us our media file and then turns it into a stream, which then makes us a streaming image source, which is what Xamarin Forms image can consume, amongst other things. And then, assuming we've successfully got something, send it off to our cognitive services for analysis. So I'll say if photo is not null, wait vm.post. We don't have a VM. What's our binding context? So we've got one. Well, we set a binding context, we just haven't given it a name. So I'm gonna say add picture. You know what? Just to remind myself how I've done it in Blazor. I can't remember exactly whether I've gone with the pattern here of resolving it through DI or whether I'm newing it up in each one. Here in the Blazor side, I'm just newing up a VM each time. I like to be consistent throughout a project, but I can never remember what project I'm working on. So now we've got our add picture view model, and I'm gonna, which is made on initialization, so I can just say binding context equals VM. That shouldn't break anything. VM.post is going to need some data somehow. So I know that this code works in Xamarin, and I know it works in Blazor. It used to work in Xamarin before I broke it. So let's see, it relies on there being something called PhotoStream, which is just a plain old .NET stream. We can get one of them. In my forms. I'm gonna say var. Those two lines look unnecessarily repeated, so I'm gonna pull that down there. And then I'm also gonna change them. If Jared or Matt ever reviewed this pull request for an actual merge, they would just absolutely hate me because I've touched pretty much every single line of code in the whole app. So, photo source, I don't like. I just want to go photo.getStream. VM dot. Got something called PhotoStream? Yeah. Equals photo.getStream. Cool. VM.post. We'll send that up. Now, that used to be able to show an alert saying, please select an image first, with the title no image selected. Instead, I'm setting this error message property there so that that can then display on the screen somehow, according to how the view likes to do things. So maybe that'll be some kind of toast, or I could still make it do an alert, but just handle it at the view level when that changes. So that does a please select an image. I'm just gonna put a breakpoint there for now so that if we ever get to that situation, we know to fix it. This getStream with image rotated for external storage line looks important. I'm gonna chuck that out here instead, I reckon. Now, photo is that one there, my local variable. That returns a picture stream. So I no longer need to do photo.getStream because that'll do that. Good, good. A few of the apps I've written that use the camera, we always end up with pictures coming through sideways. Seems like no matter how hard you try, there always seems to be some edge case where if they do have it locked or they don't have it locked, or you've got a landscape app or some weird flavor of Android where I've always ended up with, why is it still sideways? I thought I fixed that. So, result does that. That should have fixed our camera. We no longer need that method at all. Pictures.mockdatastore.pictures.add new picture entry. Not sure what that bit does. So that's when you're on the home page. The picture store is meant to show you pictures here, which I haven't implemented in the Blazor part either, and I've clearly broken here. So that's another thing I need to fix. We're no longer handling that with a command, so I can get rid of that. I guess add picture. So that's after you take the photo, which is currently broken. Hey, R2's in the chat room. Welcome. You got a whole day of watching streams planned? So after you take a photo, you click add picture, and that's your, yes, I do want to keep this photo, keep it in my gallery. So that hasn't been looked at in Blazor yet, but it looks like it'll work pretty well. It'll just add it to that mock data store. That messaging center is just telling anyone who's listening, but really the previous page to add it to the list. But I'm going to be working with kind of doing a refresh. What is up? Is this the Lachlan Show? Yes, this is the Lachlan Show. R2, welcome to the Lachlan Show. Not sure exactly when you tuned in, but I'm all in on mixing Blazor and Xamarin together. And from now on, any Xamarin Forms app I do, I'm putting a Blazor head on as well and sharing as much code as I can. Oh, you've just been seeing my face this whole time. Whew. All right. Oh, now you can only see half my face. Well, thank you for that. So, as a recap, now that you can see my screen and my code, you know what? Maybe I should even bring this up a font size or two. This is the Travel Monkey app made by Matt Sokup and Gerald Vesley, and the UI built on Stephen Taywison's app. It connects to a few cognitive services. They set the challenge to enhance the app. So Project originally just had Forms, Project, Android Project, and iOS Project. I've added a Blazor WebAssembly head on top of that and ripped a bunch of code out of the Forms project into the core project so that we can reuse all those models and view models. But now I've got to fix all the bits inside the view models that were either dependent on Xamarin Forms or dependent on another plugin, such as the Media plugin by James Montemagno or the ACR user dialogues. And I think we've got some Xamarin Essentials in here we have to deal with as well. Yeah, the three of them set up quite the pronunciation challenge. It's funny, if you go to Stephen Taywison's blog page, there's a little robot. When you click on the name with the little speaker, it says Stephen Taywison. But I still don't think I'm quite right on Gerald Vesley. I think I'm close. Now, where was I? Out here, I've got... that's a property I don't need anymore. I think that method should probably take the photo and post it off. We just need to put this method on the button. Bunch of XAML with a pancake view, with a grid, with an image and a label. The label has a gesture recognizer that used to go to the take photo command. But I'm instead gonna have a tap equals take photo clicked. Is there anything else I need to think about while I'm in here? So the button for add picture with its command of add picture command, that's fine. That code will be good with cross-platform once we fix the alerts. The other thing I'm going to need to work out at some point, but I'll glance over it for now, is that gradient is not that gradient. So I think we've got those colors right up here. Picture accent color through light gray. So that's probably defined in my app XAML. I'm using CSS over in Blazor, so at some point I'm gonna have to think about how would I share CSS between the two. Don't think that's happening cleanly though, so maybe I'll just have to leave that be two files, unless I've got some weird build step. Anyway, that ought to run now. Give me my simulator. Here's my simulator. Add new, tap to add picture, good. Choose a photo. Good, here's my gallery. Steve says, get stream with image rotated for external storage. Yeah, I didn't write that line. That was in the app when I found it. But it looks like it's part of the media plugin. Last time I was writing an app that used the media plugin, that sure wasn't there, because I went through all sorts of troubles and using different nougats and stuff to fix that up. So very happy James added that in. Travel Monkey would like to access your photos. I find it strange that it asks it after I've already selected it. And given that I can see there, I see a close-up of a plant, it's obviously already got the photo, posted it off to Azure Cognitive Services and got a description and that green highlight color back. So granting this permission now feels a little pointless. Okay, so something's still broken because I can't see it, but we've got that back. That's good. I'm now going to think about how do I pass error messages from my view model back to my view. So I've got this error message property which I set, but which I also ignore. The app used to display an alert, and I don't want to, I kind of want to leave the app the exact same functionality that it was shipped with. So I reckon I've either got to return a string or maybe even more than a string from this, or in my view, I can wait for a property changed on the error message in my code and then display an alert. Yeah, I think I'll display an alert based on this changing. So to do that, I'm going to have to make this a bit more observable. I have a backing field. And set. Still getting used to that weird syntax. The mix of the property and the set property. Error message. Now, this is the code behind for that same view. And if I put in an override for on, no, oh yeah, in my on appearing, I call base and then I say VM dot on property changed, something like that, plus equals property changed. No, come on, give me a method. it's not going to generate it for me. I don't know what my arguments need to be. Something like property changed probably takes in an object sender and a property changed event args. Nope, not that one. Just these past few days, my IntelliSense has slowed way down. Property changed. Event args. E. That a task? I know you probably have to make it a void or a handler like this. Using component model, sure. Probably doesn't need to be a. Oh yeah, I think it does. So I'm gonna say if property. I have e dot property name. Property name equals name of dot error message. I think I can do it like this. Pretty sure that'll just return the string error message, not VM error message or anything like that. We'll find out. If that and VM dot error message not right string dot is null or white space. Don't want to alert null. Now we've got. Did I already get rid of that toast code, or did I just comment it out? So we're going to put error message, and then we'll show this toast. Now, arguments go message first, and then an optional title. Gonna break the original app a little bit and just say error instead of a title and a message, so that I can just put in here vm.error message, because I think I'm going to need to use that for a few other things as well. And I could set up some kind of error message object that handles that, but I'd rather just I need to do some kind of error message here as well. Error message equals. They've set up a constants. Cool. No, not picture added message. That's not going to be a nice string. That's just going to be as like a message identifier, isn't it? It's probably something horrible and the user never wants to see. Nothing interesting at all. Nice way of doing it though. Gives you type safety, but then instead of putting a string after that to say the name of this, it's exactly what it is. Good. I like that. I'm going to do that. Picture constants dot picture added. No, not what I want. Let's see where else this picture failed message exists. there's a subscribe over here in the view behind it. So in the view model, they were sending a message, sent a message back that would then display an alert. Uh-oh, can you hand me my glasses? Something went wrong while analyzing this image. I'm gonna steal that string from there. Move it over to the view model so I can reuse it. Put that in the error message. So I'm losing the uh-oh from the title, but it's kind of close enough for me. Don't need that messaging center call anymore. Alright, and how are we going to display the picture? So, in our code behind, you know what, let's compile that and see how far we've got. So we click add new, add a picture. That's kind of where I was hoping for that. All right, what happens in the add picture command? Wasn't that meant to give us an error? Oh no. It's just meant to send that, add it to the data store. So when you try to post, I don't know how you're meant to get a null into here. Oh well, we're not going to be able to easily test our pattern. I suppose. What happens if I tap to add a picture, choose photo, but then say cancel. Cool. Crash the app. Nice. In our XAML CS line 50. So photo is null, presumably, and I tried to get something out of it. So I suppose there's no point doing that unless I've already checked. I'll just move that down a bit. I see why they only had that in those two branches. If I move that in there, that should handle that nicely. But I still need to set the image somehow. So they used to get a stream image loss. Can you just put a Xamarin Forms image bound onto a stream directly? I reckon you might be able to. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have a private stream called photo stream. Which will get me a lowercase photo stream. Take a neat little set property. Photo stream. Now, if I go to my view, have you played with Rider? Not in a very long time. I tried it when it first came out, or probably even like early beta, and it confused me. I couldn't get my head around how to deploy to phones and simulators, so I just gave up and stuck with Xamarin Studio and never looked back. But I'm sure a lot has changed since then in terms of it's got 3 years of product development behind it, and also I know my way around simulators and emulators and provisioning and all that stuff now than I did back when I was getting started at mobile development. So I could probably get it working now. Is your IDE your preferred IDE, R2? I've been trying it recently. It's nicer these days, I think. What's it like performance-wise? Because that's kind of been getting me down a bit in VS Mac lately. It's running my CPU all the time. Does not have the immediate window. I only discovered the immediate window quite recently, and now I love it. Alright. Image source. I'm going to try to bind this straight to a photo stream. Better than VS Back by a country mile, sadly. I guess that's sad and happy news. I really like VS Mac. I know a lot of people like to be mean to it, but I enjoy it a lot. Even do something like resize the editor window. Yeah, resizing this used to be a lot better before they upgraded the editor to make it that kind of cross-platform and native at the same time one instead of the GTK. And when they did that switch, resizing went a little wonky. Best thing about Rider is you can install the Power Mode 2 plugin. Oh, is that your light switch extension thing to tell iOS I've gone dark mode? Okay, I add a picture. Yeah, where sparks fly out of the editor when you type. Oh, that's cool. I do need to see that. Choose a photo. Pass in this. Got an activity indicator. Gone green, but I'm not binding. I'm guessing that's because we don't know how to bind to a stream. I could probably fumble around, but I'm just going to Google it. Xamarin Forms image from stream. Forms image to stream. I want to get the image data from a stream. Oh, this is an old question. It's asking about XLabs. Image source from a stream. Yeah, which used to have in their code from Gerald or Stephen, and I tore that out. This probably really belongs in a converter, but I'm going to do it here because I'm naughty. Oh no, I can't. Ha. MVVM caught me out. Image source doesn't exist here because that's a Xamarin Forms type. Let's go for a core graphics image source and add a reference to Xamarin iOS. No. All right, value converter time. Can I say mfractor code actions? Thought I could just do a quick fix in here. Maybe if I say converter equals stream to image source. Stream to image source. It's meant to be an mfractor action to generate me one. I'm going to have to tell Matthew about that because it used to be there. That's okay. I can come up here. Wizards, value converter wizard. I want stream to image source. I do want to infer my types. It'll put it in the converters folder. Input type Xamarin Forms image source. Good. Output type system.object. No, it's got those two upside down. Ryan, you're in the same state as Matthew. Tell him about this. Ah, it's okay. I'll send him an image. That's an output type. Input type is a stream. No parameter. Create a XAML entry. Yes. Put it in this page. So it's made me a conversion attribute, which I don't care about right now. But it's also given me a stream to image source converter. I'm going to need using system.io. If value, so if it's not a stream, so it's given me a stream and it knows I want an image source. So now all I have to do, image source dot from stream. Image source dot from stream. Give it the stream called input. Okay. I don't see why it needs a function of a stream. Streams are weird. I can do that. It's not too hard. Return input. No. Source equals returns a source. So that's given me this value converter that Matthew wrote most of for me. Got that there. Oh, I have to make that a static resource, don't I? Can I just say it like that? Got that up there. I have to do it like this. Static resource. Stream to image source. Alright, opening links live on stream. What could possibly go wrong? Wow. How does it go in light mode? Probably wouldn't be as fun. Have to force me to go back to dark mode. I used to always use dark mode. I only changed to light mode recently. Should go back. Cool. Yep. I want that. You got me convinced. So did you write that plugin? It's just in blob storage. It's not a site for it. Cool. What's light mode? That's this one here. See how my Visual Studio is all milk colored? Okay. That's there. You're not the only one who doesn't test things in light mode. Using the new terminal in VS Mac. Not too bad on this bit here. Oh, there we go. All this yellow text on white background. I think Azure Functions has only ever been run in dark mode. Heck no, it's called power mode. You have to turn off flames in the settings. You don't like the flames? Alright. I think I wrote all the code I need. Let's test it. Bouncy dancy. Add a picture. Cool. Oh, error. Can you hand me my glasses? Something went wrong while analyzing this image. Said it twice. We successfully analyzed before. My guess would be that because I've been spamming the services, I've been blocked out of this one too now. But let's see what that result is. Result. Just nulls and falses. Silently catchy. What's that exception? Fairly sure that this error is outside my code and it's expected behavior. And so I've got nothing to worry about. I'd still like it if it worked. Error while copying content to stream. Object dispose expansion cannot access closed stream. I think that stream got disposed before I managed to post it. So that takes in a stream. Analyze image and then stream async. Picture stream. So that's just into like Azure package, I think. was kind of thinking if I can change it to a byte array instead. Is there an alternate method? Dot analyze image async takes in a URL. A domain in stream HTTP message. No, it's either a stream or a URL. I don't have a URL, so I've got to fix that stream. I think when I did a photo, when I converted the stream into an image, I think it disposed it. Which happened if my converter. Oh. That ran really quickly, and before we had that it was working. If I comment that out, does it work again? That's not gonna work. I wonder if I need to like take a copy of the stream. Another stream equals input dot copy to async. That returns just a task. You put it where you want it to go. So if I say stream another stream, I feel like this is the wrong answer, even if it might work. And that maybe I should be using some usings. Tap to add picture, choose a photo, the pretty flowers. The displayed image will not work, but I'm thinking the cognitive services will, even if they take a bit. Yep. To await that, and also there's nothing worth getting. Oh, not allowed to do asynchronous stuff inside a value converter. Yep, that's fair enough. Learn forms image source from stream dispose. Image disposes source stream. Yes, it's by design. Stream image source is always disposed. That's why you have to provide an action, not a stream, in image.fromStream method. You can store your data as a byte array, then return new instances of memory stream. Initialized. Okay. I guess that kind of makes sense to me. So if I go to my view model again, having this kept as a stream, I think is a bad idea. I think I really want a byte array. And then I'll return a stream from it each time I want it. So if I go public byte array, probably doesn't need to be public. Maybe no. Photo bytes. Yeah, I'll make this a full property and convert elsewhere. Public byte array photo bytes, and also a private byte array photo bytes. Break that. Photo bytes, set photo bytes. Now, instead of using that photo stream, photo bytes equals null. I don't think that would be null. I think it would be empty. Or photo bytes dot length equals 0. Now I need a stream out of my byte array. Stream equals stream dot. I wrote a little class to do this in a different project, like yesterday, I think. Wonder if I can find it again. So I've got function. Can't see right now, but I'll bring it over in a sec. It's called 2-byte array. Takes a stream as an input. It's only like 3 lines, but I think it's worth having. So I can put this in my core project because it's all .NET standard. And I'm going to call it a helper. Add folder. Add new file called bytes and stream. Just an extension method that takes in a stream and asynchronously returns you a byte array. So I am going to need that, but I think I also need the opposite. And every time I need to do this, I have to Google it. C#, so I want a bytes and stream. Byte array to stream. And then once I put the opposite method in here, I think I ought to publish it as a NuGet. Everyone needs it. I think it's just me. Alright, my signature is going to be public static async task. I want a stream from a method called toStream. This byte array bytes. Byte and stream sounds like a vampire movie. Easiest way to convert a byte array to a stream is using the memory stream class. Following code will write the contents of a byte array into a memory stream. Here's the solution in less lines of code. Creates a new non-resizable memory stream object based on the byte array. So we take a byte array. Okay, now I've already got the bytes. So is this only going to be one line of code? Bar stream equals. Don't know if it's my keyboard that's gone dodgy or VS Mac or both. I'm dropping a lot of letters. Stream equals new memory stream out of bytes. Oh wow, that's really easy. I could have just written that in line in my view model, but I've written it here now. So, and I quite like using an extension method in that toStream 2-byte array syntax for converting things rather than constructing them. Now I can go bytes equals bytes dot to string. Yes. Okay, so stream is now task. Wait, photobytes.toStream, so that's now stream, all good. So I've fixed my post method, that makes me happy. Got a byte array here. I now need a different converter because I was converting a stream to an image source. Now I want to take a photo bytes to an image source in a converter. So back in my view, where the image is bound to photo stream, I'm now binding it to photo bytes. And my converter will now be a bytes to image source converter. Bytes to image source converter. And Matthew will write me another converter. Say it's a bytes to image source converter. Yes, input type byte array. Couldn't quite work out that type. Fair enough. Yep. Okay. Now. Given Xamarin Forms can do a image source from stream. I wonder if it can do a from bytes. Image source dot from, go from a file, which is a string. I guess that means from resource, also a string from stream. No, URI. All right. Bytes equals. No, we want a string. String equals input dot to bytes. What do they call it? I wonder if a byte array can't have a static method on it. Extension method. Just because I called it 2 byte array. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Fair enough. Silly me. Input.2 byte array. Input is a byte array. What a stream. I'm going around in circles. ToStream. There you go, that wasn't so hard, was it? Now I can go image source dot from a stream. Stream. That's a task. Oh. No asynchronous methods in my value converters. What do I do about that? I can either do some hacky task.run, which is then doing something you're not meant to do inside a value converter, which is meant to be quick. Or I can keep a copy of the stream in my view model. I don't like either of those options. I'm gonna do it. Task.run. Do it. Hopefully, if anyone sees this, comes across this code, they'll suggest a better way to do it. How can I get around converting here? I think I go dot wait. I have to say async in then if I make that explicit, now I've got a stream. Use of unassigned variable. It's not actually. I know it's real. image equals. Is that an async as well? No, it's not just that function thing. Cool. I do want to put that out there. I often find myself following this pattern of initializing something to be nothing. Or maybe I'm just allowed to say null. Don't do it. Bar equals null. Now it's initialized. Cannot convert to stream. Ah, that's something again. Cool. Getting close. Okay, that should now return my image source. So, I've got an error. That's all right. What do we got? Ah, we brought in the same namespace twice. And I only want one. That's all right. Easy fix. Three errors. Getting worse and worse. Now, picture stream. I need to get some bytes out of that. I feel like I'm converting back and forth a lot, but storing the byte array makes more sense than storing a stream. I think a stream is meant to be a short-lived thing that you dispose of as soon as possible, whereas a byte array is a serializable thing that should be allowed to hang around. If I go picture stream, oh no. Photo bytes equals picture stream dot to byte array. Ooh. Slowly. I am running OBS on the same Mac that I'm doing this work on, so that's going to be slowing it down as well. Byte array. I'll wait that. Cool. Another stream. Nope. That's a dead converter now. May as well make it valid again. And it'll work. This is perfectly good code. Oh no, I just killed my simulator. Yes, that's compiling this time. Excellent. Dancing monkey. I'm gonna add a picture. Choose a photo. That one. It's uploading it. When I just double click that, I think it probably sent it twice. There you go. I see a large purple flower in a garden. Given us a different background color, but we can't see the image. We also didn't get an error. In my value converter, let's see, bytes to image source. That's the one I ended up using. Yeah. Let's see if that hits the converter. Oh, it hit already. That's okay. Probably just returns.